Good morning, Academy 55. It's David Kahn here on Friday, the 16th of August, 2024. It's now 5 to 8 in the morning. And as you can see, I am in a trade. I couldn't resist. Well, yeah, I could resist, but the conditions were right for me. Excuse me. That's why let's just explain on the 5 minute time frame. Price had gone into the sell zone. So the next one up is a sell. And indeed, that's what happened there, just as I was setting up for this morning. So I thought, well, the other day we had a buy that lasted all our time with I nearly said all the shift. Well, it is a shift really, but and we had a buy that lasted all the time. We couldn't get a trade in, so I thought, well, in case we have that happen again, prudent to take a sell, and which I did. Hence why I've taken this sell. And now we are at, it touched the purple line, as you can see. And here we have 4 hourly imbalance. It's just tapped into that. Let's just, here we have 4 hourly imbalance. So there's good reasons for it to go up as well as down. But the hope is that maybe it'll sort out this imbalance first and then maybe even go deeper. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen, but this is where I am at the minute. Please pray for me, brethren. No, sorry. Just my sense of humor. Sorry about that. So, yeah, and if it comes to take me out, so be it. I've lost 1%, no big deal. But that was my reasoning for taking this trade. Because, like I said before, price had got into the sell zone. And I'm looking for it to in the Elliott wave form, like it did here with the buy. Went into the buy zone, went into the sell zone. Now I'm looking for it to go into the buy zone again. May or may not happen like that. But I was willing to risk 1% to find out. But now we've got onto the purple zone here. We're not even in London yet, where potentially more volume can come into the market and they might have a different idea. Let's go higher to get this imbalance, or let's carry on and get this imbalance here. They've got choices. They always got choices, and it's the timing of these choices that we're more interested in. Just don't. I'm just not. Like I said, we're after 2%. Effectively, I got a 2.6% stop loss. It was down to 2%, but I miscalculated when I got in, and my stop loss was down there for some reason. So I had to drag it up a bit. Really, it should be the entry should be up here to give me a two pips between entry and stop loss. But I had to raise that up again, which makes it 1.24%. I'm actually risking because I feel safer there. But if I can see price going down to at least 1%, then I will possibly put my stop loss to my entry if we get that far. But we'll have to wait and see on that. What makes it a little bit better and give me more confidence. If you notice, I'm on the 5-minute time frame now, and we've got a big sell on our Academy 55 indicator. Although we make it work on the 1 minute, it does work on the 5-minute as well, and we got a sell there, so that gives me a bit more confidence in this. But we have had a sell, a buy bias, because price is above the purple line. Has it just come down here to rest before going back up again, or will it continue on down to take out this imbalance here? I'm hoping, obviously, that, but price will do what it's going to do, as I say many times. And whatever it does, I mean, like I say, if it takes me out for my 1%, so be it. No big deal. But if it takes me out for my 2%, gives me to take profit there, then I'm done for the day. Simple as, really. No other emotions other than that. It doesn't really make me anxious or anything like that at all. It's still because I have a journal, and I can see in my journal doing exactly what I've been doing for the last uh, several months in front of you guys. A lot of you guys are still on with me, doing the same thing over the last few months. I've been doing pretty well. So, am I going to be affected by a 1% loss? No. It's just loss is a part of the trading game, and how you handle loss is how what will determine your future as a trader. But we have imbalance on this here, so we could very well, it could be very well tricking us and coming up to get into the sell zone again. In which case, obviously, I've lost my 1%. Not a big deal. Carry on. But the signs were there for a deeper sell. The imbalance here. They've tapped into it now. I've seen sometimes they tap into it and then go off again. Sometimes they don't. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. I think, yep, there we go. I've been taken out for 1%. Like I say, no big deal. So let's, for everybody came on a little bit late, make sure you got your 1%, your risk to reward in purple, lot calc in purple, all that good stuff. So would I want to take a buy now? Well, knowing that there's a sell zone there. No. So even though we've got a buy, I won't be acting on that because we're into a sell zone. And I know there's an imbalance here. So this is kind of consolidatory area. So unfortunately, yeah, 1% loss. But that's okay. That's part of trading. And now we've got this buy, but we're in sell zone set territory. Up here, go back to the 5-minute time frame again. We're in sell zone territory. And on the 5-minute time frame, we are below the purple line. So we are in a sell bias anyway. So really, it could be said that there were too many stop losses up here for price to want to go and take out all these stop losses from me and a few million other retail traders, maybe, before carrying on down again. And that indeed is what happened. So really, I'm going to be at this moment in time, I'm going to be waiting for another sell alert because there's a big hurdle here for price to want to get through. So I wouldn't be fooled by that buy. Well, they might decide to take it and go for this imbalance here before getting that imbalance there. Good for them. But for me, it's too risky because I mean, like I said, this is the sell zone now. They might decide to do all that good stuff. But it's for me, like I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but it's too much of a risk to get into all this stuff. And by the time it clears all that, and I've said, you know what, they are a buy. The the distance between entry, which would be up here somewhere, and stop loss would be, well, what's that? That's 89. Before I decided to go for the buy, 89. There'll be a 7 pip stop loss, and I wouldn't be happy with that either. So better just to watch it play out, and then maybe come back again later on in the day, or if the opportunity presents itself within the next hour that we're on, we'll certainly take another opportunity. But as for this buy, watch it because it'll be too risky because the sell zone there got imbalanced there. So I wouldn't want to get into it until price was up here. And then by that time, the distance between the entry and the stop loss would be too big for me to consider to take a 2-to-1. So I'd be happy just to watch it for the experience. And then another time, if something presents itself to me, do that. I mean, what could happen also is the fact they could still act on that sell, pick up more sell orders, and then carry on down again. So this could be a scenario. Short position, something like that. Keep 2 pips away, which is there. Drag my 2-to-1 down to right into the buy zone area. I suppose we could get away with that if a sell zone presents itself, sell alert, because we are in the sell zone again. But all the time we are in a sort of accumulation area, sideways movement, and that ain't good for trading really. But yeah, so let's put it on the 5 minutes, see if we can see any see we've got imbalance down here even on the 5 minute. Good reasons for price to want to come down to this area down here, and it will do at some stage. It's got to redress that imbalance that we see there. there's no other immediate imbalance that needs to be redressed above that. It's just unfortunate for me. Obviously, there was other sell orders here, too tempting for them to go and liquidate and take the equity for themselves, and then before carrying on down. I guess that is a scenario that could be going on. But now we're waiting up for another sell alert. Just quickly checking my FX choice. I know there was no red flag news, and you should have checked that before you started as well. And indeed, there is nothing going on as far as anything I can see. What does this little circle say? Sometimes it says things that I understand. Dollar firm. Well, that implies to me maybe more sideways movement. Maybe. Things are horizontaling out now. The wave is horizontaling out. So, but this is the scenario for a sell. Waiting for the wave to change. Oh, sorry, it'll be down now, won't it? Yeah, it would be down there because the trend will be closer to the entry, but we've got to wait for the trend to go red. So price needs to be at least touching this purple line before and a sell alert. Things are very little, not as clear cut as all that at the moment. But I would, if you want to progress on this journey with us, it all depends on your drive, your own personal drive, your big why, your reasons for doing these things. And how much drive and determination you've got to get into these things. Right, so it's coming down a bit, parallel size above. So I'm going to switch over to my MT4. Keep 2 pips away. And wait for the next sell alert. And I want the stop loss to be level with the trend line. Hopefully that will be red by then anyway. And then we could be in a trade, but things happen. There we go. There's the sell alert. Now I'm waiting because I'm 2 pips away from entry. I know that because it says SL21, which is 2.1 pips actually. Let's get it down to, there we go. To be more precise, SL20, 2 pips away from entry. Give it wriggle room. So I want that, even though we assuming, well, if we get that sell alert back again, that stop loss there needs to be level with the trend line, which will be red by then. And then that means I'll be 2 pips away from, and price will be down here, interestingly, on the purple line, more or less. And then I will be in for a sell if that's the scenario that we get. But also recognizing the fact that we are in a accumulation, which happens 80% of the time anyway. But by doing that, if I wait for this scenario here, price is going to be into the buy zone. If we get a sell alert there, price will be into the buy zone. So therefore, I'd have to be very cautious. Certainly when we clear all this imbalance here, if we do that, if that's what will happen. So as we get to here, I'll certainly be looking to put my stop loss to my entry in respect that we are entering into the buy zone, just to protect my equity. But like I say, if we just carry on with this sideways movement, it is what it is. And you may consider coming back another time of the day or have a good weekend and not worry about it too much. Well, not worry about it at all, to be fair. But right, so that's the scenario we're at. With solar coming back again. Right, so waiting for the stop loss to get to the trend line, which has already gone red. If it does carry on, and then I'll could be in a trade for a sell, which I tried earlier on, but it was too quick, obviously. Making sure I'm following the rules. I'm glad it's doing that because it's coming back to mitigate that imbalance there before carrying on down. Hopefully it'll carry on down, but it'll do what it wants to do. Got my finger over the sell, being patient, keeping a respectful 2 pips away from entry. And of course, that means for me, if I take this trade and it's successful with my 2%, then I walk away with 1% for the rest of the day. For you guys, if you didn't take that trade that I was on earlier on, and hopefully you're most of you didn't, because it was I took it rather early. So if this trade's successful, you win 2%, and that'll be good for you for the rest of the day. And go and have a good weekend. But there certainly isn't much volume in the market at the minute, but things can change, especially this hour, very, very rapidly and quickly. Lots of indecision going on. Well, not a lot of indecision because there isn't much volume. So, but there is indecision. What there is. Right. Is this the volume push that we need? Could be. Wait for a stop loss to go with the trend line, which is already red. The worry is, see, price could bounce off that like it did there. I'm going to take my chances with that. Stop loss is on the trend line. As per the rules, sell alert, red volume ribbon, red wave, red trend line. Stop loss is on the trend line because that was closest to the entry. And we have gone past the purple line now, which is good. Let's just, that's where I am. Actually, I'm down there. which takes that down to there, which takes my 2-to-1 even more there. Right, so this is where I am at the moment. So as you can see, we've formed imbalances up here. But at the moment, we've got a volume push possibly to take out this imbalance here, and then it might take out these smaller imbalance. It could do, and go back to the purple line, and then recognizing we are into the buy zone. And because I've lost 1% already, it's more important that I protect my equity. So I'll be looking for an opportunity to put my stop loss to my entry when I feel that it's more prudent to do so. But I can see more imbalance needs to be filled out there. And I know prices could come up here to fill out these imbalances here. So I wouldn't want to be doing that yet. But if we reach a position where the parabolic SARs are with the entry, I'll be doing that, but also looking at the imbalance areas and where we are with the buy zone and all that carry on. I mean, in reality, I only need to go another 3 pips, and I've got my 2-to-1 winner. But as you are aware, if you've been watching for any length of time, lots of things could happen between then and then. There and then. I'm only about a quarter of the way there on my journey, coming up to halfway, really. As you can see, it's nearly mitigating all this imbalance here now. And indeed, the algorithms are probably seeing buy orders here that they want to go and investigate, hopefully. Depends how quickly they want to do things, you know? Do they want to fill out this imbalance here before investigating that, or do they investigate that and then sweep on up and then fill out that imbalance that needs to be filled? That's the thing that we can't legislate for. Right, Parabolic SAR is on the, and I'm eager to put my, I don't know, shall I or not? No, I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to go for the, yeah, I'm going to, because I want that to give me my 2%. In actual fact, no, what I'll do now is I will put my stop loss to my entry. So I have a risk-free trade because I've already lost one trade today. So I either lose 1% today or I win 1%. We fill that in that in balance now. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of a bit more of a push. Another 2 pips will do me, and I've got my 2 to 1. But we're coming into the buy zone, as you can see. We're actually in the buy zone now. So I've got my finger over the close button, and if I have a sniff of a buy candle coming in, I reckon I might take it. Come on, a little bit more push, please, and then I've got my 2%. I'm not going to push it anymore. I'm going to take that. So I actually end up winning, not a full 1%, probably 0.7% on the day for me personally, but I know I'm in the buy zone now. Get rid of that. I know I'm in the buy zone now. There we go. I'm in the buy zone. I would have had to get down there to get my 2%. So I come away with a very small profit for me, but because look at that imbalance there, it's filled out that imbalance there. It's taking all these buy orders that we got in balance here. So it to me it seems a bit more risk averse than that it'll actually turn around and sweep back up again. But it's not actually wait. But this is hindsight, of course, as you understand what it's doing now. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the chat for the next 5 minutes, just in case anybody wants to say anything, chat about what they've just seen. There we go. If I hadn't been so cautious, I probably would have got my 2%, but I could still come away with a profit at the end of the day. There we go. But I was into the buy zone. Don got his 1% today. Well done, Don. You must have done the same as me then. See, also for me, being in front of you guys makes me even more cautious because I realize that yeah, it plays on me being more cautious than I would normally be because I'm trading in a goldfish bowl, so to speak, which plays on my mentality. But in reality, if I was playing alone and looking at the bigger picture like I always do, because I keep a journal, I'd be much more, a little bit more, not a lot, but a little bit more risk adverse to look at that. It only just done it. Look. before turning around and going back up there. Chris says, great tuition, David. Thanks for giving up your light in for us all. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was forced into this. uh Raj says, well done. He got £850. Right, okay. So he's got a big prop firm account. Steve wasn't as cautious as I was, and he got his 2%. Well done, Steve. Chris stopped it a little too early, but he got his £123 on a prop firm account. Raj is on day one of his 100,000 prop firm challenge, and he's loving it at the moment. Well done, Raj. Make sure you keep us up to date with it. Keep us dated. So there we go, guys. So in hindsight, it just made its 2%. So I suppose I was justified in being cautious, getting out there instead of waiting, because yeah, that last little bit was a little bit of a nervy trip for me. We can do away with that now. And like I said, I made a small profit. I was right in going for the sell, but unfortunately, they had more sell orders up here, so they decided to mitigate them and then still go for the sell. But we were in the buy zone there. So, with that being said, guys, have yourselves a great weekend. Nice and sunny down here in Cornwall. I'm going to be taking my little dog Wilbur out for a walk soon. And once we go on the beach, although this beaches are crowded at the moment with holidaymakers, so maybe go somewhere else. But have a beer lunchtime. Well done, Tony. Right. Okay, so with that being said, have a great weekend, guys, and we will come back stronger next week. By the way, I still implore you all to please think about starting a journal if you haven't done so already. Raj says, have a great day. Sunny here in Maidenhead as well. Well done, Raj. All the best. Have a great weekend, everybody, and speak to you soon. Cheers for now. Bye.